Nick fires the first shot at the wall on purpose. He uses the windmill's direction and speed to calculate bullet deviation and velocity. After adjusting his aim, he fires again, hitting dead center. When the target shows up, he pulls the trigger. Perfect. One shot, one kill. The bodyguards grab binoculars to locate the shooter. Nick doesn't run. He flashes a glare to bait them. Once exposed, he quickly packs up, plants a time bomb, and calmly walks away. He hits the alarm to draw all the cops to the scene. Downstairs, he jumps into his prepped car and drives off. He predicts the police route and brushes past their convoy with a grin. Back at a parking lot, he switches to another car. Then he detonates the first one, erasing all traces. SWAT storms the sniper room and walks straight into his trap. The explosion wipes every fingerprint, leaving nothing behind. Nick vanishes like a ghost. At the city checkpoint, cops search every car. Disguised as a lawyer, Nick gets stopped too. They find a suitcase with a sniper rifle inside, but they detect no flaws and let him go. The suitcase is custom built, the handle turns into a scope, the frame forms the rifle, the zipper pull is the trigger, and the wheels hide 4 bullets. Police hold an emergency meeting. The shot came from 3,815 meters away, beyond the world record. They conclude the killer is a top-tier marksman. A female cop reviews the footage. 2 minutes and 52 seconds after the hit, a man in full gear drags the suitcase out. She confirms he's the shooter. They match his height and his custom rifle, convinced they'll track him down. Meanwhile, Nick takes a bus to disappear. He has no idea he's about to be exposed. Back home, he drives to his mansion, stores the weapon, and smiles at his wife. She thinks he's just back from a business trip, never suspecting he's a killer. In his room, Nick logs onto the dark web to claim his $3.75 million fee. The employer only replies with 2 cold words. Nick smirks and sentences him to death. From bank info, he learns the boss is abroad. He decides to hunt him down in Germany. His wife sadly drops him at the airport. After she leaves, Nick takes a cab back to his place, grabs a fake ID and cash, and returns to the airport. His wife spots him and thinks he's cheating. Her brother vows to help her get revenge. By now, Nick has landed in Germany, driving to the bank. More action coming in the next episode. Nick decided to find the employer himself and teach him a lesson. On his way to the bank, Nick got a call from a stranger. It was a new employer who wanted Nick to kill a tycoon. But first, Nick chose to deal with his old employer. Nick went to the bank to ask for the employer's identity. After searching, he found the company was a subsidiary of Touring Corp in the Netherlands. Touring was a subsidiary of Du Bois in France. Du Bois was under another company in the UK. Clearly, the employer knew how to hide. Nick kept digging and finally found the real source. He spotted the man who told him to get lost in a company event photo. Now the show was about to start. Nick set a meeting with the new employer at a restaurant. But when the woman arrived, she only found a note from Matt. It was a precaution against being followed. Nick changed the location to a park. He disguised himself as a bald old man and slowly approached her. After confirming no one else was around, they started talking about the price. The woman offered $50 million, but Nick refused. He asked for $100 million, planning to retire after this job. His price was crazy since the target was a big shot, but the woman had a top-tier consortium behind her. She said on the 28th, Musk would release new software called River. It would make every billionaire's assets transparent, so the target had to be taken out before that. They reached a deal. She paid $20 million upfront and gave the mission a code name. As Nick was leaving, she stopped him. She said Nick also needed a code name. Nick said, "Call me Jackal." From then on, the dark web had a new legend called Jackal. Stay tuned for more. The Jackal finally found the employer, the president's son. When the driver was about to get in the car, he used a silenced pistol to force him into the trunk. The driver barely lay down when the Jackal took him out. Then the Jackal disguised himself as the driver and blended into the motorcade heading to the president's funeral. After the funeral, the president's son got into the car. The Jackal followed the convoy, waiting quietly for the right moment. On the way, he kept talking to the employer. The employer got annoyed and yelled at him. The Jackal smiled slightly, shot the bodyguard, and floored the gas, drifting out of the convoy. The employer panicked and grabbed his phone to call for help. The Jackal swerved left and right to dodge the chase. A sudden collision made the employer drop his phone. The car lost control and almost flipped over. The Jackal drove into a narrow path but got blocked by a car ahead. The backup team closed in from behind. The bodyguard shot out their tire. At that moment, the Jackal sped onto the sidewalk. He hit a support